According to an estimate, there are over 2 trillion stars, sun, galaxies, and planets in our universe. About 13.5 billion years ago, a massive Big Bang occurred, which led to the formation of these stars, galaxies, and planets. Among these 2 trillion galaxies is the Milky Way galaxy, and within the Milky Way galaxy is our Earth. Earth came into existence 4.5 billion years ago. Since then, various creatures have appeared and gone extinct on this planet. Among these creatures, the dinosaurs are considered the most dominant. There was a time when dinosaurs ruled the Earth, but 65 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck the Earth, causing destruction so severe that it wiped out the dinosaurs. Years and centuries passed, and then came the era of humans. Humans progressed immensely over time, transforming the world's landscape. They built luxurious cars for travel, skyscrapers for living, and even airplanes to fly in the sky. Today, the human population has exceeded 8 billion and continues to grow. But imagine for a moment, what if all humans suddenly disappeared from the Earth? Would the Earth survive without humans? What would the world look like in their absence? According to scientists, if humans disappeared from the world, planes flying in the sky would crash to the ground. It is estimated that approximately 100,000 planes take off and land daily, with 9,000 to 11,000 planes flying at any given moment, carrying around 1 million passengers. When thousands of these planes crash to the ground, it will resemble a horrifying battlefield. Without humans, roads would become deserted. Cars, buses, and trucks on the roads would collide, causing massive destruction. Within hours, electricity around the world would stop. Electricity would only remain in places powered by hydroelectric stations and solar energy, as hydroelectric stations take 2 to 3 days to shut down. However, solar energy systems require human maintenance and would cease functioning within a few days. Nights across the world would plunge into darkness. With the world in complete darkness, the stars in the night sky would appear even more beautiful and radiant. After humans vanish, silence would envelop the Earth. Factories and industries would stop, creating an atmosphere of eerie stillness. Buildings, skyscrapers, and homes would stand empty and lifeless, surrounded by silence. Within days, power plants would go into safety mode, and underground railway stations would flood with water. In New York alone, an estimated 13 million gallons of water are pumped out daily to prevent flooding underground. Without humans to operate the pumps, this system would fail. About 10 days after humans disappear, animals in zoos and cages would die of hunger and thirst. Animals that escape captivity would either kill or be killed by others, triggering a survival battle. Small dogs and cats would likely become prey to other animals, while larger dogs would form packs. This would mark the beginning of a new era. A month later, power plants would start exploding due to the evaporation of cooling water. These explosions would cause massive destruction on a scale never seen before, killing thousands or even millions of animals. This devastation would drastically alter the landscape of the Earth. A year after the disappearance of humans, satellites sent into space would begin falling back to Earth. Currently, there are over 8,000 satellites in space, and their descent would create a scene resembling falling stars in the sky, but no humans would be there to witness it. After 25 years, roads and sidewalks would be overgrown with vegetation. Nature would reclaim these structures, turning them into lush green landscapes resembling jungles. 30 years later, the air would become significantly cleaner without humans, and the world would become a peaceful place. Wild animals would dominate the Earth. Cities like Dubai and Las Vegas, built in desert regions, would be buried under sand. Nature would reclaim everything humans built. 100 years later, many dams, buildings, and other human-made structures would collapse. After 150 years, roads that turned into green landscapes would now appear as rivers or streams. 300 years later, iconic structures like the Eiffel Tower would collapse, and anything made of iron would decay without maintenance. Rivers would return to their natural paths, and the Earth would transform into a massive jungle. Trees and greenery would dominate the planet. and new species of life would emerge. 400 years later, swamps would return, becoming home to countless birds. By then, if the Earth still exists, life among animals and birds would flourish. Fish, animals, and birds would multiply 100-fold. The oceans would host countless new creatures, and mammals and reptiles would reign supreme, similar to how dinosaurs once ruled. Approximately 500 years later, modern cities would completely vanish, turning into forests with wild animals roaming freely. On the shores of rivers, seas, and lakes, birds would thrive in large numbers. 600 years later, the Earth's appearance would be entirely different. From space, the Earth would look green and blue. 10,000 years later, only a few human-made structures, such as the pyramids of Egypt and the Great Wall of China, would remain as remnants of human civilization. Eventually, these too would erode and become mysteries of the past. 30 million or even 50 million years later, the only evidence of human existence might be plastic bottles, which would also eventually disappear. Approximately 300 million years later, all traces of humans would be erased. If any alien species were to visit Earth, they would have no knowledge that humans once existed here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.